Good morning, Year 5 Green Group. Welcome to your Tuesday's maths lesson. Please record today's date and learning objective to recap measuring length in metres, and we should represent that using an M. Then can you put flashback 4 and do numbers 1 to 4 and your time in your book. Number 1. Which unit of measurement is the best to measure a 5p coin? Would be millimetres, centimetres or metres. Number 2. How many more visitors were there on Saturday? Think how to work out how many more there were. And don't forget to look at the key. One circle means 100 visitors. Number 3. Write 376p in pounds and pence. And number 4. What is 32 divided by 4? Pause the video now, write your answers, and then come back. Let's see how you did. Pause the video while you mark your answers in blue pen. Let's move on to today's learning. So today we're going to look at measuring length, and today we're going to focus on measuring that in metres. Let's get ready with our warm-up skills. Number 1. Complete the statements. There are how many centimetres in 1 metre? 100. Well done if you got that. You need to know that today. There are how many centimetres then in half of a metre? What's half of 100? Well done if you said 50. There are 50 centimetres in half a metre. Number 2, how long is the line? Link back to yesterday's learning. Yes, 11 centimetres long. A bit more of a tricky one this time. Number 3, how long is the line? Notice it stops before 100 and it's not centimetres now, it's in millimetres. How many do you go back? How many is it? Well done if you spotted that it was 90 and 8 more millimetres. 98 millimetres. Because they're so small, I will allow if you said 97 or 99. Let's apply our learning today. Annie is comparing lengths to 1 metre. Here is a table in her classroom, or it could be in her home. Here is her metre ruler. It starts here and the table ends here. How does the table compare to the metre ruler? The table is longer than 1 metre. Well done if you spotted that. Annie is still comparing lengths to 1 metre. This time she's got a doll's house. Is it more or less than 1 metre? Is it longer or shorter than 1 metre? You should have noticed it starts at the bottom and it only goes up to there, so it is shorter than 1 metre. Well done if you saw that. Now, in 1 metre there are 100 centimetres. Remember we said that at the start of our learning. So therefore, if we split it into 10 equal pieces, then each of these pieces is worth 10 centimetres. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 up to there. So the doll's house is 60 centimetres tall. Well done if you saw that. Annie makes a table to show her results. She's putting things that are shorter than 1 metre over here. So that's shorter than 1 metre or shorter than 100 centimetres. And things that are longer than 1 metre she's putting over here. Did you see that she's drawn them? So she can choose to draw or write the name of the item into each side. You're going to do something a bit like this today. Let's have a look at what you need to do for number 1 on your worksheet. I'd like you to lay it out in your book a bit like this. Notice how many squares are long and 2 squares down for each of the titles, and then you've got space to record your objects by name or just draw what it is, using objects from home, unless you happen to be in the classroom. So remember, even if it says in the classroom, you can pick things at home. You have a 30-centimetre ruler in your learning pack, so you can measure up to a metre by adding up in 30s. If it's longer than a metre, you put it on this side, and if it's shorter than a metre, you put it on that side. Then you need to tell me which is the object that's closest to 1 metre long from all the things that you measure. Pause the video while you go and find things to measure and record them into the different sections. When you have done that, come back to me. Let's continue our learning. The children are measuring how tall Mr. Rose is. You can see here he's using a metre ruler, and it starts at 0, and we've got 1, 2, 3 metres. How tall is Mr. Rose? We can see he's taller than 1 metre, but he's less than 2 metres. So here is 1 metre, and we've got again going up in those 10-centimetre blocks. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So here he is, 1 metre and 70 centimetres tall. Ron and Amir have been measuring their arm span. That means how wide it is from one hand all the way to the other hand. Here is part of a tape measure. What do you notice already on there? 1 metre and 10 centimetres. Wonder what each little bit's worth then. Yes, each little mark in between is worth 1 centimetre. Ron's arm span reaches to here. How far is that? Well, here's 1 metre and 1, 2, 3, 4. So Ron's arm span is 1 metre and 4 centimetres. Well done if you saw that. Amir's arm span is longer than Ron's, from this hand to this hand. And it goes all the way to here. Can you work out where that is? Well, we can see on here that here is 1 metre and here is 10 centimetres. So here's 1 metre and here's 1 metre and 10 centimetres, but it's more than that. It's another 1, 2, 3 past there. So 10, 11, 12, 13. So Amir's arm span is 1 metre and 13 centimetres. Ron and Amir then decide to measure the length and width of the classroom. Here's a picture of the classroom. That's the length of the classroom, and that's the width of the classroom. If you were going to measure a room, maybe you could measure a room in your house instead of the classroom. All together, when they added up this side, add this side, it measures 12 metres. The classroom was twice as long as it is wide. How long and how wide is the classroom? Pause the video and have a think how you could work that out. Let's have a look together. So altogether they measure 12, this side and this side. And this side is twice as long as this side. Let's use a bar model to help us work it out. So the width, let's draw it to represent that. And then the length we know is twice as long. So we have that side and that again, which is 2 times. Twice means 2 times. And together, this add this add this makes 12. Can you see how we could work out the value of each one? Yes, we can do the 12 and we divide it between the 3 equal parts, which is 4. We can write that 4 onto here and here and here. Let's check it works. 4 add 4 add 4 makes 12, so that works correctly. Now we can see the width of the classroom is 4 and the length is 4 add 4, which is 8. So the classroom is 8 meters long and 4 meters wide. Well done if you spotted that. It's your turn now to have a go at the rest of the questions on the worksheet. Here's how I'd like you to lay it out in your book. For example, number 2, I agree, or I disagree with Ron because, and give your reason. I've shown you how to lay it out for each of those, and I'd like you to record your answers in your book. Here are the extra challenges if you manage to finish the worksheet. Remember, on the worksheet, if it says classroom, you can change that for any measuring in your home. Here are some questions, and I've shown you some ideas of how you could measure using the information on here, and record your answers in your book. Good luck and have fun with your measures. See you tomorrow.